No comfortable cause we talk up the things them. Nobody stable cause we not back from them. We full of speech but we don't come for fool them. Lift up the knowledge cause we days of the school them. Head teacher case speaks as long as it hot. The topic no safe on the media pan spot. Respecting of the classroom you know where it's at. Head teacher K and our graduates are shot. Cease and second make we angle that. Pull up.
Yes,
If we not comfortable, cause we talk up the things them. Nobody stable, cause we not back from them. We full of speech, but we don't come for fool them. Lift up the knowledge, cause we days of the school them. Head teacher case speaks as long as it's hot. No topic, no safe pan the media pan spot. Respect the classroom, you know where it's at. Head teacher care and our graduates are shot. Cease and second make we angle that. Pull
yes, yes. Big up my graduates. Big up, big up, big up my graduates. You don't know. We have some breaking news. Yes, yes, we have some breaking news. Like up the live as you enter the classroom, Mr. Me no care what other live I go on tonight. Me no business who they on live. Me no business who they about. I come to communicate and to speak to my graduates. You don't know, right? So, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. First of all, let me hail up all of the people I'm in the class and make sure that I acknowledge my graduates. Respect is due. Angie Scott, Dawn, big up yourself. Let me pin your comments right there, so that people make sure that they like, share, and subscribe. Black P, big up yourself. Antoinette, Earth Angel, Sanika, Olive, Stacy, Judith, Vanessa, member, Inga, Anbu, Angela, the Wola Una, Jay Summer, Galsa Night, big up yourself, Vanessa, Karen, Chevaline, Paula, Lord Jesus, all these new names. Power Up Life with Shelly Bling, big up yourself, Zenergy 806, PLJ, happy good afternoon, Antoinette, Drea 1969. Yes, yes, pull up indeed. Big up yourself, Rosemary. Let me tell you something, graduates. You see, in this life, anything that you sow, you shall reap. Anything that you sow, you shall reap. You hear what I said to you? Sometimes people think that they can get away with treating others criminally. Sometimes people think they can get away with taking advantage of the vulnerable. Sometimes people think they can get away with it because they've been getting away with it for years. I never know, say one day the bucket go well, the bottom a go drop out. Yes, the bucket a go well, and one day the bottom a go drop right out. No, for years, this person has been exploiting others. For years, they have been stealing from others. For years, deceiving, defrauding the public, targeting small businesses and breaking them down. For years, they have been doing this, and there has been no justice. Jamaica, you is one slack country sometimes. And, really and truly, our justice system, no matter how much them want to paint it that our justice system works, it is full of so many flaws. You got some criminals walking out as though they are decent human beings just because them can hire the toughest of the toughest lawyers. Walking around in disguise in our community as though they are decent citizens, only to be there in order to take advantage yet again and to continue their criminal activities without consequences. We are sick and tired of human beings like this tarnishing our name as an island Jamaica, we may be small, but we blouse and skirt talawa. And there is not one corner of the earth you cannot go. And somebody don't say, Irie, Bob Marley, Usain Bolt. They all know something, and nowadays apparently them all know Vybz Kartel name. So you see, that is why we have a sense of pride and integrity. Wherever we go, we are proud to be Jamaicans. But when you have those amongst us who insist on acting out with their criminal mindsets and tearing down our nation and our identity and tarnishing us with their dirty brush, we cannot remain silent about it. So you're trying to tell me, lady, say, all that time you had been arrested? Hey, you are trying to tell me, said the police them actually put the cuffs on you and tip you into jail. And yet you were out here gloating as though nothing was wrong. And all that time, no doubt your belly did a shift with nerves. Honest to goodness, they have never seen a more bare-faced and bold criminal in all my years. Never, 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 never have I ever seen it like this. Most people have a sense of remorse. Most people, when them get catch, them coming like a dog with a tail between its legs after being scorned by its master. Most people, when they're called out on their wrongs, they try to hide their heads like an ostrich with its head buried in the sand. But no, some of them are too hype. Some of them are too fraudulent and fake and pretentious. Una have to go on like on a big on a bad. So because you've been stepping on the neck of others in our island, you think you can come a big foreign and behave like this? You think you can come a big foreign and continuously get away with stealing, defrauding, deceiving everybody that you come across? You have taken advantage of employees just because them don't have them stay. And I tell you that you are in fact a modern day trafficker. You create an environment where those who are in a vulnerable position feel they can come to you and get a job. Thinking that, oh God, she have mercy, me not have my paper so I can work for this one. And you turn around and you don't pay them. You were bold enough to say that to hell with the employment laws in your country that you are living in. Big foreign, you say so. To hell with their employment laws. You don't give a F. And you said that on camera. Because if somebody comes into your establishment and they don't work themselves to the bone like a slave, and you decide that you're not going to pay them, you're not pay them. There are so many counts of criminality that can be brought against you. But it took a business person that was not about to drop it. A business person that never cared about your bad man connections. A business person that said to hell with reputation and shame. I am going to pursue you for everything that you have taken away deceitfully. And if you do not pay up, prison for your backside. Prison for your backside. All this time, you were faking it, making it look as though you were untouchable, making it look as though nobody could ever dare put you in handcuffs. Why didn't you confess? I'll tell you why. Because you want to keep deceiving and you want to keep scamming and you want to keep defrauding and taking from people. You want to keep breaking people under their own blood and sweat and tears and capitalizing on it so that you can wear your Gucci, your Coco Chanel, your Louis Vuitton, you travel first class, you buy big car, all on the backs of people hard work while you're laughing in their face. You've persistently threatened those who have dared to speak up about you, Miss Chin. Make we know straight so she get them threat there. Yes. Criminal connections have bolstered your growth in the eyes of the public. Funds unaccounted for by the system of legality. Funds from the shadow economy. Hmm? Some of them don't like Chuck badness. Some of them don't like going like say on a gangster in a real life. It will catch up on you. It will catch up on you. Big up yourself, Cherise. I was wondering where you were. But Jamaica is such a slack place, people. To think that we had the likes of these in our grasp and the justice system handled it with kids' gloves is beyond me. To think that you had the audacity to even ask for mobile phone while in a prison. You spun lies about illness, cancer of all things. Hold on the people. We need to do something. Cancer of all things. You lied about. And what was the purpose of that? To get away from accountability, to escape being corrected. You did it to escape being corrected. How many times have you been caught out, and how many times do you repeat the same thing in a different jurisdiction? All you do is go from pillar to post, repeating the same actions everywhere you go. At some point, it has to catch up. At some point, you have to face your demons. And for all the people whom you have scammed, for all the people who you have defrauded, this information will never about. It will never about. No. You know, say, graduates, you know what shocked me? Is the barefaced brazenness, the boldness of certain types of criminals in our community, in our diaspora. Oh, uno brave so. Oh, uno bold so. To have the audacity to come on live and speak ill of the police? Really? How them corrupt? Why are they corrupt? Because they actually arrested you this time. After putting it in your head that they wouldn't arrest you because what? You made the best jerk chicken or jerk pork. That's what you told your audience. That you can't be arrested because you make the best jerk chicken and the best jerk pork. You came out afterwards gloating. This girl too nice to jail. All that time, you had actually been arrested. And that's why you're so damn quiet. Because you're out on bail. You're out on bail. No, sir. This is beyond belief. This is beyond belief. So before I go into the charges, I'm still awaiting now. Because look how much I honor the over here. Before I go into the charges and break down to my graduates exactly why you were arrested, the things them that you did in Toronto, Jody and Banix, I want the live them for like up. I want people to thump up them screen, press up the like button because I'm not going to go into it until you press up the like button. You understand? Yes, intermission.
If you're not playing from Raid Master comes. Them, nobody stable, cause we not back from them. We full of speech, but we don't come for fool them. Lift up the knowledge, cause we there so to school them. Head teacher case speaks as long as it hot. No topic, no safe on the media, on spot. Respecting at the classroom, you know where it's at. Head teacher K and our graduates are shot. Cease and second, make we angle that. Pull up. If you're not comfortable, cause we talk up the things them. Nobody stable, cause we not back from them. We full of speech, but we don't come for fool them. Lift up the knowledge, cause we there so for school them. Head teacher can speaks as long as it's hot. No topic, no safe pan the media pan spot. Respecting at the classroom, you know where it's at. Head teacher K and our graduates are shot. Cease and second, make we angle that.
Yes. Jody and Banix, you have been arrested. You were actually arrested on the 23rd of September. 23rd of September, you were arrested. 23rd of September. You were not only arrested, you were charged. You were charged after the victim had lost more than 800K in a fraud scheme. This is a big thing, people. And I know little something, It's not just a one person that try scam somebody, I try do a thing. This woman is a part of a criminal ring. A criminal ring. Pay attention. I want you to listen closely to the language of the news articles that are out there. She is facing dozens of charges in connection with an alleged fraud scheme in Toronto. Not just one person. There is a ring of these. There is a ring of these little so-and-sos around the place. I do this to people and not just she. You hear me? The accused and victim allegedly began discussing business opportunities within the city from September 2022. What year we in now? 2024. I tell her, say she messed with the wrong one. The victim is a woman from Vaughan, Ontario. You understand? This woman had a business relationship with the lady from September 2022. Now, the victim, which is the lady, had placed 9 orders for goods to be shipped to various retail stores in Toronto. So this is a lady who have her businesses. You hear me? She had various retail stores in Toronto. Between September 22 and December 2022, 9 orders for goods to be shipped to the various retail stores were made. She placed the order of $800,000 worth of goods. They were never received. You hear what me say? They were never received. What a wicked girl. What a wicked girl. $800,000 worth of goods that were never received. They were supposed to go to various stores. It could be like, say, you've got your little shop, them you have a shop here, so you have a shop there, so you have a shop there, and the whole of them sell Caribbean food. And you say, all right, me know say this girl have a wholesale, me can get her for supply, me store them with the things them what me need. So me go buy from her, and me go make she dispatch it to my stores them. So my stores them can stock up on the things them what she have. Great business idea. It's like you have a set of franchises and you're trying to keep them well supplied. And the girl paid $800,000. And she left the person high and dry. On September 23, 2024, Jody Ann Bonnick, 33 of Kleinburg, Ontario, was arrested and charged with 10 counts of fraud of over $5,000. It's counts of making false statements to procure money. 10 counts of possession of proceeds obtained by crime exceeding $5,000. You hear? Now think about the charges. 10 counts of fraud. That one is easily traceable, right? Because remember, orders were placed. 10 counts of fraud, orders were placed. No doubt she probably even tried pretend as though, look, see, it's a delivery sheet here that shows that I sent off your goods. All them paperwork, they are fraud if it hasn't been done. 8 counts of making false statements to procure money. So every time she entered into business communication with the person and said, let us meet up, let us talk about this. Okay, you need to send me this so that I can send you the ice cream. You need to say, all them communication there, procure money under false pretense. False statements to procure money. But this part is what gripped me. 10 counts of possession of proceeds obtained by crime exceeding $5,000. Proceeds. Not necessarily money. Could be kind, but obtained by crime exceeding $5,000. The accused is scheduled to appear in court on December 3rd, 2024. She's formerly obviously operated as a West Indian grocery store on Western Road near Jane Street and faced similar charges in Jamaica. But because Jamaica slack and because Jamaica no pay attention to certain kind of crimes, especially when them look like say them have to chilling. Or if they link up certain way. She faced similar charges in Jamaica, where she's accused of defrauding a local businesswoman out of $3.2 million worth of goods, roughly 27,000 Canadian dollars. Do you not see that the crime of this person is getting bigger and bigger and bigger? She got from 27,000 to 800,000. Greed has no end with this person. Greed has no end. Right now, she's out on bail, trying to fake it till she make it that she's going to pop up somewhere else with her truck. Honestly, I don't know how people can still say that this story is a fake story. All those little minions that were on your life, I wonder how they feel now. When you were busy telling them that, oh, nobody can touch you. And, oh, your lawyers are on it and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that your lawyers aren't on it, But all them lawyers, them in know them sleep at night time. I defend you. But as everybody is entitled to a defense, even criminals. But I'm sorry, the court of public opinion has shown that you have done this repeatedly and gotten away with it. And it's about time it stops. It's about time it stops. $800,000 worth of goods ordered, which you never delivered. How many stories did you give this lady? How many stories did you give the business people them that she works with? How many stories did you spin to try to prove that you were innocent? The same amount of stories that you tell my friend. Not talk. The same amount of stories that you tell other business associates. They need to check your phone for all the fraudulent statements that you have generated to send off to people to say, look, I've sent your money. They need to rearrest you for lying to the court in Jamaica. Because I don't even business say you manage to pay back that money. You probably robbed from Peter to pay Paul. Yes. You probably robbed from Peter to pay Paul. That is what you did. That is what you did. Remember, when were you arrested in Jamaica? When were you arrested in Jamaica? February 2024. You appeared in court. With all the accusations against you. So you had this person's money outstanding. Yes? From then. Remember, so the other place in a 2022 and a 2024. You get yourself arrested in a Jamaica, for the 3.2 million Jamaican dollars. So when you paid back that money, because no doubt you did, no doubt you managed to pay it back. A piece of the money where you thief from the other people, then you take and pay this person, That is what you do. You were sitting on $800,000, which you then used to travel to Dubai. You use it to live all kind of highfalutin lifestyle. You buy new car, new Benz. You go on with yourself. And let me tell you something. Nothing is wrong with acquiring those things and living your life lavishly if you have worked honestly for it. But when you thief, forget it. When you thief, forget the money so that you can pay this rich lifestyle to the world. Yeah, have to come down. Because God not sleeping. God not sleeping at all. Let me tell you something. You see, when you go around the place and you break the spirits and you harm good people, you see, when you go around the place and you break the spirits and you harm good people and you interfere with God's children, because we're all God's children, but some of us are specially selected, and you mess with them, hmm, the turn back blow away the par you is not going to be normal. You know that I would have mercy and I would be understanding, forgiving of somebody who has done this once, but try to pull off a thing and it no work out and them get arrested already. I would have forgive it because they would have moved on and changed their life and decided that, look, no more of this. I'm going to, straighten up. I did a stupid thing. But you see, when you have a criminal that is barefaced and hell bent on repeating the same thing day in, day out, and not giving a damn about consequences, the people that have been damaged, why should there be mercy? Why should there be mercy? All this person is going to do if the Toronto justice system does not act, she is going to do it again and again and again. She's a serial fraudster. She's a serial fraudster. A serial scammer. Don't think I'm joking. A serial scammer. Mighty God, how embarrassing this must be for her family. How embarrassing this must be for her family. The ones them that choose not to live the criminal life. Huh? You cannot get by in life on looks and superficial things alone. What is on the outside does not count for what is on the inside. If you have no integrity, your outside going to look ugly. If you're not an honest person, no matter how much false lashes you put on, your eye them are go filled with red. Hmm? You're always going to be grudging and looking for what other people have and lusting after it and wanting it and will do anything to achieve it. Too many times we celebrate the superficial and make it look like said this is all it is in the eyes of humanity. So many of them on the live were talking about why wanna leave her alone, no bad mind. As some damn donkey on social media writing at our diaspora says so, and not even a look. Idiots. A bad mind on a bad mind girl. She a hustle. I own a bad mind girl. This is not what hustling is about. This is not the spirit of hustling. The spirit of hustling is not about scamming. And this is where when I get it wrong. That's why so much chopper. I walk up and down in a Jamaica now and I take advantage of people. That's why so much chopper about. Because you don't have any ethics, any standards. You get too fooled by superficial images that are thrown in front of you. We've shown you how she photoshops. We've shown you. Now, what is evident to me, and I can retract it, is that perhaps that picture in front of the station was in fact when she come out on bail. You never know. But it still never look right. But all I can say is, regardless, spinning false narratives can only get you in a pen. It's only a matter of time for it to creep up on you. $800,000 worth of goods never received from as far back as December 22, when no doubt the final order was made. So between September and December 2022, you have been jumping, skipping, and hopping across on first class flights, putting up your Instagram pictures, rubbing it into the face of the people them who you rob. That yeah, live big pan them money. My girl, no sir. No sir. That's what you're doing? And you think that people are just gonna sit back and let you do that to them and not make use of the full arm of the law? One of stop it. One of stop it. Some of you too hype and not hyping on emptiness. Be hyping on genuine achievements now. Why try to fool the people them? And then we have a whole lot of little young girls who are watching that lifestyle and going, I want to be like you. I want to live like that. I want the hair and the nails and the lashes and the first class flights and all of the name brand clothes and the dolly look. I want do body. At what price? At what price? And I'm not even too, me not even to pay attention to too much to the business people. I mean, because the business people have their money and then can go for their solicitor and then can deal with you in a court. But how many voiceless people have suffered under your jurisdiction? How many people have suffered and not received a paycheck after working for you, that cannot afford to go to a bigwig lawyer, that cannot afford to chase you, that don't have papers to say they're legal and they can present themselves in front of any court to say, oh, this happened to me, because they're afraid so them get deep. How many of the voiceless are going to be left behind without sharing their stories? And I implore, let me tell you something. You see, if you don't want to come out and talk on a story, reach out to me. Reach out to me on Facebook. Reach out to me and talk on a story. Don't think for a minute that she's alone. Remember, the article says it is a ring of criminals. It's a fraud scheme. You hear? It's a fraud scheme, well executed, well planned. No doubt involves others. One person can't do this. One person can't do this. Suzette Hilton, you were late for class? You were late for class, Suzette. Did you hear what I said before? You clearly didn't. I said she's currently out on bail. She's on bail. Being live doesn't mean anything. And you want proof? Okay. Hang on. Seeing that you want proof, let me give it to you. Let me give it to you. Hang on. Read for yourself. Yeah? What that say? Charged. Yeah? Do you see her picture? Okay. Let me zoom this in. Because when I see for things that me talk out of my ears or out of my ass. Yeah? What that say? What that say? Read for yourself. Okay? You see now? Only carry and make this woman fool, She was arrested. And in fact, she was arrested all that time when we were busy discussing the case and we were talking about the live when she was on with ICE. She had been arrested already. And she continues to give this impression as though she was never. And she continues to give this impression as though she's not being charged, and it's all a lie. It's in black and white. And if you want, you can go and look it up, because I'm not a Canadian citizen. But if anybody is a Canadian citizen, you can go look it up for yourself. Go look it up for yourself. It's right there. All right? Okay. Some of them are too barefaced. And the thing is that social media is such a deceptive space. People are able to paint a picture of alternate reality that feeds into the minds of an audience. It's so easy to twist and manipulate people into thinking you are what you are not. So whenever I hear people question and doubt, I'm not even that bothered, because I think discernment is always important, right? And if it is that you are genuine and true and people are questioning and doubting, that's their problem. You keep being yourself, because you got nothing to fear. But when you see somebody having to have to change and revamp their social media career, literally almost every year, they have to wipe, delete, and start again, because they are run from people. And you must realize there's something up. Some of you people want to see the good in a person at all times. And that's okay. You want to see it. You want to see an affluent, hustling, hardworking Jamaican woman who got big foreign, conquer a retail industry, also diversifying their business, going into the food and hospitality industry. You want to see that, and you want to see it as reality. You want to see it as a dream that is achievable, and it is. Nobody is saying it isn't. It is achievable. It is achievable. But how can you achieve this? You can if you work hard. You can if you have good credit. You can if you have good business relations. You can if you're transparent. You can if you treat others with respect, if you operate within the realms of the law. You can if you balance your books at the very least. But when you take from other established businesses, not to try and say rescue yours, because, say, for example, she had take loan, or she had take money from people, she had try build up her business and try do the things them. And you can look at her and say, boy, she not even travel, my God, the way she work hard. And it just now work out as she end up in a debt. Anybody can end up in debt, people. Not because you start a business mean that you're going to break even or even earn a profit after a certain amount of years, It's not a must. Anybody can fail in business in that way. But good business practice is that, listen, if I have to bow out, I have to make my suppliers know that I am now bankrupt. I have to let everybody know that I cannot afford to pay them back. I have to declare myself as incapable of running this business publicly. There are public records that are even published in the newspaper in your financial sections to say if a CEO or a managing director or whatever has been struck off, because of bankruptcy, And that is done for the good of the public, so they know not to do business with them. But when you have a system where you're going to say to yourself, say, to hell with letting anybody know, say, me bankrupt or whatever. I want to take the
Master funds.
to live big life. I want to live big life with the money. I don't want to pay my bills. I want to travel. I don't want to pay my bills. I want to eat lobster and shrimp and caviar every day. I don't want to pay my staff. No, because my ear and nails and the wig them I saw to buy. Then your mindset is sick. You've got no accountability. And then when people challenge you, you want to bad them up. Bad them up and get away with it. Hmm? Or you just give them fake stories, tales, long story. Story, pantapa story, Jack Mandora, me no choose none. Story. And you think you're gonna get away with it. Make it make sense. All the time. Who to tell how many people even more than just the verbal way? Who to tell? I truly hope the Toronto police look into you deeply. And not just into you, but into those around you. Yes, all of your family members and business associates are Senator. Absolutely. He don't like ugly. Not at all. It is so bad that we've got people who are within our community who does this to each other. It is so bad that we continue to justify the behaviors of people like this and call it hustling. It is not flipping hustling. This is scamming. This is what chopping look like. And you can't banging line, banging line, banging line, and claim for say that you're one tapanari's businesswoman. Hmm? How is it that you can think that by putting up the examples of affluence on your page, you can be doing that and still owe people money? Hmm? You cannot fly and show up, say in a business class, and you have $800,000 outstanding from 2022. What kind of priorities is this, and who instilled that in you from childhood? I really want to know. Where did you see that this was okay, that it was more important to look rich than to actually be rich? Why is it more important to look rich than to actually be rich? And it's not just about being rich materially, but being rich in honesty, integrity, respect, transparency, accountability, responsibility. All I look at when I look at this situation is the graduates, I see broken dreams. That is what I see. Somebody who has been so caught up in criminality that they would do anything at any cost and any expense to live a lifestyle that is unattainable. Yeah, unattainable because of choices they've made. No doubt these are the kind of people who their behaviors would have been justified by those around them. Oh, leave her. Look how she cute. Look how she pretty. Oh no, man. She will learn. She not gonna do it again. Wanna just make her stay or she stay because I true she's spoiled. Mm-hmm. How many years have you heard that growing up, Judy? I wonder who made you think that everything you cried for, you were supposed to get? Who made you think that every time you saw something shiny, you should own it? Magpie complex. Magpie Complex. Illusions of grandeur. Real psychological problems. Obsessed with celebrity lifestyle. Do it for the gram. Do it for the camera. And you see, that is why, that is why when we come across a social media personality that portrays realness, we latch onto it so much. We so prefer it. Because it's like me that rather see you come here with matter in your eye. Your teeth no brush. And you there in your nighty. And you just wake up and say morning. Then me I see this picture perfect image every single time. Not a single strand of hair out of place. Every time you're just looking perfect, 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 perfect makeup, perfect eyebrow, perfect, perfect, perfect. To hell with that. I'd rather authenticity. I'd rather somebody who's like, well, I'm going out today. That's why I'm dolled up. I'm just sitting in my yard today. That's why I don't need to doll up. Yeah. I'm in trap mode because I'm there, so I decorate my house. So I don't need to dress up. I much prefer those people. I much prefer to see a person say, listen, I've been saving up for some time to buy myself a car and I finally did it. Than to see somebody bam 1 minute, I drive one little Toyota. Next day, you see bam, you see them in a one BMW and them a talk about real rich and all them something that and nobody can see what you do to get there. Give me the hardship story. Give me the Cinderella story. I prefer it. It has more of an appeal to me. Me not interested in the dolly lifestyle at all, at all, at all. It's not real. And too many of them would do anything, sell their soul for $1 just to pretend to the public. Completely, Arlene. Completely. I was thinking that to HDK, she must have been rarely told no as a child. Bam. And if you go back to episode 1, I did show you that she was not alone, even her brother. A whole rap sheet, long, may his soul rest. It has been there in her background for a long time. Seasoned in criminality. So at the end of the day, when you see this kind of results, it isn't surprising. But really and truly, let me tell you this, not because you come from a criminal background, you have to turn out a criminal, Nobody make them fool you, into thinking that you are what is in your family or what is in your genes. You can break that generational curse, but you have to want to break it. You have to want to break it. You have to want to step away from it. Otherwise, you're going to get caught up in it and you're going to stay in it. You have to know that the demons are there around you. And you have to conquer them. And you have to be willing to fight spiritually, physically, and emotionally to stay away from temptations. And this is what Jody is yet to do. And that is why I shall continue to speak out against this and other types of behaviors that mimic this. It's not okay within our diaspora. We try too hard to get there. We try too hard to survive when we got big foreign. We work too hard to be tarnished by the same brush. Stop taking advantage of others to live a highfalutin, fake lifestyle to make yourself appear what you are not. Stop it. Anyway, graduates, let me go through and check some of the comments before I go. Because I don't want to, okay, I don't know, so we may get caught up in a sitting. As so my head just go sometime come deep in a thought, right? Okay. So this is so sad. When some of us finally get into business, it has to be criminal behavior. PLJ, I am telling you, almost $1 million. Unbelievable. Obia Trong. Oh, Obia. Who is Obia that I'd really like to know? She's awful and brazen with it. Let me not tell you, man. Very, very brazen. Right? Very brazen indeed. It's the ease of which she comes up with the untruth to cover up the crime. Yes, share. Very much so. It's almost as though there is an element of pathological lying involved. And it's amazing how she can spin the stories. It honestly is the true, what is it? The true, I don't want to call it badge of honor for a scammer, but it's one of those skills that scammers truly appreciate, a storyteller, somebody who can spin a story at the drop of a pin, and the story makes so much sense that it's believable. Selling a story is so important for scammers because if you don't believe the story, yeah, then you will not fall vulnerable to their request. So in order to get their ask heard, they have to give you a story that's so believable that you have to buy it. You understand? So you have got to be a very good storyteller when you are a scammer. It's as simple as that. But our truck never got towed as she moved the truck because the landlord asked her to move it. Something there too because at first it was like, okay, it was the landlord situation, no doubt about it. But now that I think about it, the state took it and we showed the video and it was the state that was taking the truck. So she would have had to have paid money in order to release the truck, right? Because remember, so the truck not even in her name, the truck in her mother name, right? I have some screen recorded. Also, she deleted her IG page. When did she delete her IG page? She deleted her first IG page. She still has up her other IG page, Nafranel. So has that IG page gone? Because somebody just said that she recently went live. Um, I have a screen recording of her after she posted that fake photo. Okay. Yeah, she posted a lot of fake photos. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. You can't hide from the long arm of the law. Sooner or later, you must get catch. Talk the man. I'll say it again. I'm intrigued and want to know if a psychological diagnosis is in order. It is hard to believe someone can be this innately immoral. Yes, it is hard to believe. And honestly, I think it ought to be done. I think there is something there. Um, but as to whether or not they will spin it that way, let's wait and see because there's still court to go through and all of that and sentencing and whatever. We'll find out after December, no doubt 2025 is going to be an interesting ride for Jodie Bonnets, right? She had the ideal business idea, but greed got the best of her. Absolutely. It's greed and the need to impress. Don't forget that part because you can be greedy unto yourself, Linda. You can be greedy unto yourself and say, Lord Jesus, want all of this for me. But when you are greedy because you want to show off, there is another element. There is a need to impress. There is a need to impress others. And that in itself is that caught up being, this delusion of grandeur, right? And that is a psychological illness in itself, kind of like a Marilyn Monroe complex, if you think about it, right? The desire to be famous that you remake yourself in the eye of the public, and you're deeply sorrowful and sad, right? Look at what happened to Marilyn, and everybody thought that she had it all to herself. You understand? All the fame, all the attraction, and everything, and she still could not survive this life. Yes. She couldn't survive this. Her business model is good. She lacked ethics, right? I wish they could grant immunity to those duped out of their salaries in exchange for their testimony. Let me not tell you, Cher. So many of them are unable to come forward because of their immigration issues. But let me tell you something, if when you want to come forward and speak via my platform, I will change your voices so that you can speak and you just take out certain key details and don't tell me what go on because stories like this need to be told. So many of us have had this experience of going through immigration battles, and what needing to feed ourselves, our families, right? And therefore having to work off grid and get paid cash in hand jobs so that you can earn something to feed yourself and keep a roof over your head or whatever, or even to feed your family. And because of immigration, we get exploited. You have bosses that don't pay and them run you and make them know so them are gonna call ICE or them are gonna call this immigration department here, or them are gonna call home office for you. And then you feel like you have no voice at all. And it's actually not true because let me tell you something, modern day slavery and human trafficking is a thing. You have some bosses that would put you up in them place so that them can work you for free, right? So you're being stowed away instead of being told to head back to your country. Trafficking, that's. Yeah, it's slavery, that's. When them don't pay you, slavery. So there's so many things that you can put against them that may actually grant you asylum. You understand? Living like a reprobate is not rewarding. Wasting life is sinful. This is a new face to look rich than to be rich. Let me not tell you, Rowena, a whole heap of them on social media that them do look rich, not rich in a real life, right? Um, Stick in our head. Let me not tell you, if you're red eye and like people things, then you'll be drawn into certain things. Definitely true. Remember, Miss Chin said she gave her the benefit of the doubt because she appeared to be a valued customer. So the delusion of being rich really worked for her. Absolutely. Big up yourself, Althea. So what you know for a fact that she tends to do, let me tell you guys how choppers work. They will sweeten the honey pot. So what they'll do is they'll make sure that their initial contact with you goes very well. You get paid, whatever they've promised you, they'll deliver, and they're not going to promise anything too big. They're just going to give you something kind of halfway house. And you're going to be so impressed and go, wow, it was such a smooth transaction. I did this business arrangement. I agreed a certain amount of money. The money was delivered promptly on time. It was all fantastic. Once they've sweetened that honey pot and you see that they could be a very valuable customer or client, you're hooked. You're hooked. So you're thinking backside, okay, some money really did it. So now I can definitely go all out. So before you may have agreed to a contract of like, say, $100,000. And then the next time you will agree to a contract that's like 200, 300,000. Yeah. And it's them time there. It's them time there. Them would then say, okay, she's comfortable. She thinks she's going to get paid. Big up yourself, money. Yeah, have to come say it. How you mean? Me, I talk up the things, them friend. Me, I talk up my things. Me, I talk up the things, right? That's the time when they're going to get comfortable. And then now, them thinking, okay, them comfortable. Them a give me everything now. Me get them money. Me not pay you. I'm not paying you. And then what will happen is this. You will start to go, oh, day was yesterday. How does it get paid? You start questioning. But you don't want to chase because the first time it went smooth as ever. So there must be a mistake, must be a delay. You don't want to appear greedy and gravalicious and, go there with your brawling self and say, oh, you want my money there and all of that. No, you give them the benefit of the doubt, just like Miss Chin did. That buys them time. When that buys them time, they have time to do other things with the money. You understand? And they also have time to construct a new storyline. It also gives them time to design any fraudulent receipts, create any transactions which them going to then cancel with the bank later so it bounce. They have time to do all of that. So when they do this, when you contact them, they make you feel guilty. They reverse the psychology. So why are you behaving like that? Why do you think that I would take away your money? Did I not pay you properly the first time? Do I look like I have a reason to run away with your money? That is what them give you, That make you feel like shit now. Cause you say backside. Oh my God. Look how me got raise up the woman for my money and she make me feel bad because it's like, of course she paid before. So why do I have to be being like this? I need to tone it down. So you buy them even more time because you start to get less aggressive at first, right? And they said, listen, I've paid you, give it a week. It should turn up in your account. Here's evidence that I've paid you, not knowing that then reverse the transaction. And then make you feel bad for chasing for your own money where you work for. This is how them people ya operates. So money says she not have no heart. Me, she nearly robbed me. That is it. Wicked girl, no heart. You know how hard my work. Money, say no more, my sister. We know. We know. You understand? Reverse psychology. That is it. Done. And when she do not know, she just give you a little, admonition for daring to doubt her integrity. That time she don't know, so she rob. And then the next time you come at them now, them say, oh my God, you still haven't got it. So now it becomes the flustered. No, I definitely did this. So how are you not getting this money? I don't understand. Right? And then she throws you up the false evidence. Knowing full well that she has canceled the transaction, she throws up the false evidence and she sends you that in Messenger and go, look, here, see, I sent it. It's in your bank. You need to go and check your systems. You need to check to see what's going on because my bank has definitely done it. And then, go on, buying more time. Buy more time. She's still a laugh after you. And then what happens the next stage? You know what the next stage is. When she comes and she goes, I still haven't got my money. And you go to her, you get mad and you say, listen, what are you talking about? I've spoken to the bank. There is no money in the pipeline. The money's still not reached. It's now 3 weeks, 1 month. What's happening? And then the aggressive Jody comes out. Hey, dirty girl, come off of my phone. Yeah? What you gonna do about it? What you can do about it? Me tell you somebody deal with it already. I feel in a business that if I don't get the money, but deal with it already. I'm sending the proof. Come off on my phone. Hey girl, hey, me will do you something now. Yes. That's when you get that Judy back against the wall. And she realized no. She have to use something to get you for back off. And she knows. She no ever planned to pay you. She had no intention of doing so. Somebody like that has got to be stopped by the law. Has got to be stopped by the law. No integrity, no morality, no ethics, pathological lies, storytelling upon storytelling of deceit, misdirection to throw you off all the time. If this isn't nipped in the bud, it will happen to yet somebody else and somebody else. And somebody else may not respond just with the law and lives could be lost. Toronto legal system, stop sitting on your hind legs. Act. Act. Big up on yourself, graduates. Thank you so much for coming to class. I hope you have found this session informative and that you have taken away from it not just the misgivings and the misbehaviors of one Jody Bonnix, but also life lessons that you can apply. Yes, life lessons that you can apply. Big up on a nice for yourself, and thank you so much for being a part of A Touch of Class with Head Teacher K. This is your girl, and I'm out.